Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and so um, I'm just gonna talk about what we know and just kind of reminiscing here. Um, so I'm just gonna say this right now, as you guys know, there is no updates about Aaron Rodgers. I made those short little videos because I didn't want to make a 10-minute video or whatever on things that weren't true, and updates were coming in like crazy, and I don't want to get into that bullshit. Like, you guys, me, I'm no bullshit. None of this bullshit. I don't go into this bullshit of creating fake bullshit news that most of these reporters were doing all week. I'm not going to make videos on that. I'm not going to waste my time, and then 5 hours or an hour later, there was like updates. Oh, this is not true. This is not consistent. Yada, yada, yada. No. That's not how we do it here. So, no, none of that shit was going to happen. At least on my channel. Maybe other people's channels they're doing that shit, but we're not doing here on the SS Ultimate Goku's channel. But nonetheless, I would like to say this, and I want you guys to see it from me, regardless of what happens tomorrow or the next day or whenever the hell this all gets resolved. Whenever this gets resolved, I will say this right now. Aaron Rodgers did a lot for us, and we do need to appreciate that, regardless of what he does. I don't think he's going to the Jets. I believe he's not going to the Jets. Yes, I know they signed Alan Lazard, but there's no reports that Aaron has officially... there is no official reports that Aaron has actually signed with, or not signed, traded to the New York Jets. This is all stuff to kind of try and lure him in, and all these reports that have been coming up about, oh, well, they might sign this guy, they might sign that guy, they might do this, they might do this, has all been reported by New York, or I should say New Jersey, reporters for the Jets. Trace Winston, I think his name was, or whatever, reported the bullshit 2 days ago about how Aaron Rodgers, the deal was essentially done. That's not true. There has been multiple communications that, as of right now, that Aaron has not given any indication that he is going to the Jets, or he has made a decision. Some reporters or some news outlets are trying to say basically it's either the Jets or retire. No, it's not. And here's why. Aaron Rodgers does not have a no-trade clause in his contract. However, he has veto power in his contract. To be traded to the New York Jets, he needs to renegotiate his contract with the Packers for the cap numbers and whatnot for him to be able to be traded to the Jets. That's the only way it happens. If they can't do that, then guess what? He's a Green Bay Packer, because they can't trade him and they can't cut him. If they cut him, they literally would put the Green Bay Packers organization in bankruptcy, because they would be $99 in debt, $99 million in debt, basically, because of the cap hit to release Aaron Rodgers. So them releasing Aaron Rodgers is suicidal, basically, for the Green Bay Packers to cut him. That's not happening. And again, to trade him, Aaron Rodgers has veto power. Okay? He has veto power to void any trade if he wants to. So you're really going to tell me that, well, if he stays with the Green Bay Packers, they're going to have Jordan Love as a starter and have a $60 million quarterback on the bench. If you think they're doing that, you're screwing yourself right now, because that's not happening. paying someone $60 million to sit on the bench. Okay? That's not happening, guys. It's not happening. It's unrealistic. And do you know how much of a circus that would be for the Green Bay Packers organization? That would basically be Brett Favre. You know, how much backlash they had, and they publicly having Aaron Rodgers say that he wants to start for the Green Bay Packers for another play for the Packers for another season, and you're going to bench him for Jordan Love. That's just not happening. Okay? So that shit's out the window. Okay? This is something that a lot of people are not goddamn understanding and do not understand the terms of the contract. Like, I had an argument on Twitter with an idiot that did not know that did not know about the veto power. And so I had actually posted the whole explanation on my Instagram from one analysis, because people didn't actually understand that Aaron Rodgers has the leverage. The Packers do not have any leverage for trading him. Yes, if he announces that, if he announces that he's staying with the Green Bay Packers, he's going to be a Green Bay Packer. Even, you've always like, oh, well, if he announces that he wants to be a Packer, well, then the Packers can just trade him. No, they can't. They have to negotiate terms of the contract, renegotiate the terms of the contract for him to be able to be traded. So it's not happening, guys, for him to be traded. The only way he's being traded is if he renegotiates his contract with the Packers, and then from there he can be traded to the Jets or any other team. But again, that's not happening. I don't believe it's happening. Now, tomorrow, apparently, according to Pat McAfee, he announced that at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, that Aaron Rodgers will be on via, Zoom or whatever it is that they use. So, and tomorrow is officially the first day of the new league year. So, 15th is the new league year. So, by 4 o'clock tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, money incentives kick into Aaron Rodgers' contract. So, if he's still a Packer by 4 o'clock tomorrow, he's going to be a Packer this season. I think he will be. Because, again, he'll get incentives in his contract by 4 o'clock during the start of the new league year, because that's when officially the new league year starts. We've already seen some wild free agents. Like I said, Allen Lazard is gone, and I think, and he went to the Jets, so now I think once again, oh, well, they got Lazard now. They got Charizard now. But the thing is, we lost Devontae Adams last year. Us losing Lazard is not as monumentally detrimental for him to going to another team as people think. And besides, I personally think we need to load up on newer receivers anyways. Not that I don't like Lazard, but I feel like we could get so much better at receivers right now. I mean, they got Thielen right now, who was a Viking, who got the Vikings, for whatever reason, cut him. Very good wide receiver. I would like for them to sign him if Aaron comes back. But again, I want to say this right now, because I don't want to make this like, I know for sure what's going to happen, because I don't. I just believe that Aaron Rodgers is coming back. This would be so typical Aaron Rodgers to do it that way. And again, no one really knows anything that's going on besides Aaron Rodgers. And most of the stuff that's been reported has all been on Twitter or social media. It's not been reported by, legitimate sources, and there's been no indication that Aaron Rodgers has definitively said that he wants to be a Jet. All we're going on is speculation. And yes, the Jets signing guys that might please Aaron Rodgers, yes, they are. But at the same time, could all fall flat on their face tomorrow if he announces that he's going to be a Packer. But I don't want to end this on a, what-if scenario, because I do believe Go Pack Go, Aaron Rodgers will be our guy next year. what is the future if Aaron is not Packer tomorrow, and we have Jordan Love? Well, I don't really have that much confidence in Jordan Love. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but I hope I'm wrong. I didn't think he was that good of a quarterback in college. He wasn't on a good college team, and he was a first round pick. Was a surprise at the time when he was drafted in the first round. The way he was. He wasn't like Aaron Rodgers, who was like someone who was supposed to be first overall that slid all the way to 24. And we got him on a steal in 2005. Love was not like that. And at the time when they traded for him, people were surprised. They thought they were getting T. Higgins. Now, if we had drafted T. Higgins, okay, who's doing great in Cincinnati right now, if we had drafted T. Higgins like we should have, I believe we would have won that Super Bowl against. We would have won the NFC Championship game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because we would have had Devontae Adams and we would have had T. Higgins. So we would have had a rookie T. Higgins, and we would have Devontae Adams. That shit would have freaking lit everyone up, especially during the COVID year. Okay, and that's one of the biggest regrets. And again, they gave this stupid Brian Gutenberg freaking GM a freaking contract extension. He should have been fired. If it had not been for the fact that we're owned by a city, he would have been fired. He is not a good fucking GM. Like, I don't understand why we keep this guy. And if we do lose Aaron Rodgers, we are screwed, because we do not have a guy who is going to be aggressive in free agency. It was the same thing with Ted Thompson, our previous GM. We have not had a good general manager, in my opinion, since Ron Wolf. Ron Wolf's a Hall of Fame GM. Okay, he built the number one defense. He built the number one offense in 1996 when we won the Super Bowl with Brett Favre and Reggie White. Okay, and we went to the Super Bowl the next year in 97, and we also, again, had the number one offense and number one defense. We didn't win against the Broncos thanks to goddamn Terrell Davis, because that's the only reason why they won that Super Bowl. I still upset about that Super Bowl. I was like 7 when that Super Bowl happened, guys. I still remember to this day. Still upset. Not as bad though as the 2007 NFC Championship game though. The Denver Super Bowl was the worst loss I've ever experienced until the 2007 NFC Championship game. That was by far the worst, because I am highly convinced if we got past the Giants, we would have beaten the Patriots in the Super Bowl, despite them being undefeated. And the whole thing with Brett Favre would have never happened, because Brett probably would have retired, or they would have just let him come back, because how are you going to get rid of a Super Bowl champion? That's just unheard of. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, that one hurt the most. That one hurt the worst because I remember it more. I was in high school when that happened, so it was like, I was like, no. We would have definitely beat the 2007 Patriots. The Patriots were not good in the Super Bowl against the Giants. And we had good firepower. We had good defense. I think we could have stuck it to Tom Brady just like the Giants did, you know, in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, that one stunk the holy hell. That one stung the most out of them all, including the 15-1 one-and-done team. But because we were so close, and the team was so good that year. But damn. I hope I am wrong about Jordan Love. All right, and you want to know what? I was wrong about this guy. I'll admit it. I was wrong about Aaron Rodgers when he took over. So, you know, I'll admit it. You know, 12 years ago, you know, when he took over for Brett, I didn't know if he was going to become what he became. Because I had, my whole childhood was basically Brett Favre as a starting quarterback. for the Packers. I mean, he's the reason why I started watching football to begin with. When he was a Packer and all that stuff. When I was a kid, my first memory of football was watching the Green Bay Packers and watching Brett Favre. So that was my thing, And so when Aaron took over, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to be. Obviously he was a high pick, but I didn't know if he was going to be able to take over for a legend like that. And, he overachieved. And a lot of people have said that, now he's even better than Brett. I don't know if I would go that far that he's better than Brett Favre as a Packer, but he's right up there as one of the all-time greats that we've had. Can Jordan Love duplicate the same thing? I don't think so. I mean, how are we going to get lucky like that a third time? You know what I'm saying? How are we going to get lucky like that a third time? There's just I just can't see it happening. We're going to get lucky a third time with Jordan Love. And I hope, Jordan Love, if he is our starter, man, I will be watching the Packers still. Rest assured, thick and thin, that will be our quarterback. But I don't look at it that way. I look at it as like Brett or Aaron right now can win us the Super Bowl. I know it didn't go well this year, but I think we need to win right now. I don't want to wait 2 to 3 years for a fucking Super Bowl. Maybe that doesn't even happen. We might not even, when Jordan Love goes, he might end up being a bust. And then we got to rebuild again to try and find a new quarterback. I don't like this whole idea that it's like we have to move on. Tom Brady proved you don't have to move on. All right, they had Jimmy Garoppolo, and yet they traded him and kept Tom Brady for a couple more years, and they won a Super Bowl. They won another Super Bowl before he left, for Tampa Bay. So I don't believe this whole idea that, we have to replace the quarterback. We have to see what this guy can do. I don't believe, first of all, I don't think they should have drafted Jordan Love to begin with. At that time, I don't think we needed to find Aaron's replacement. In my opinion, I thought we were fine. I thought we needed to get receivers. So my take on this is I believe that if this is Aaron's last go-around, and this is it, and tomorrow we'll find out for sure, but or maybe the next day. I don't know how long it will drag out for, but I'm thinking it's going to be tomorrow because he announced that he's going to be on Pat McAfee's show at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, that's at least what Pat McAfee said. So, because of that, I believe that we're going to find out tomorrow at 1 o'clock during the show. Because I believe that, this might be the last day he's a Packer. And that's why I'm doing this video right now. Because I don't know if Jordan Love is going to be our quarterback as of tomorrow or if it's going to still be Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love, we're going to have to ride with him. Hopefully, he can overachieve like Aaron Rodgers did. And, he proved me wrong. Aaron Rodgers proved me wrong. And I'm now become one of the biggest Aaron Rodgers fans out there. I love what he does. I love how he sticks it to the media, too, by the way. I hate the way how the media has treated him and vilified him for the past 3 years. Like, every fucking time. This guy can't get a break. It's like leave the fucking man alone, for fuck's sakes. Give the guy fucking time to breathe, man. It's like they're up, people don't realize, yes, I know they're fucking celebrities. They're athletes. But at the same time, they're fucking people. Like, just because these guys are famous doesn't mean that they're not people, okay? And everybody's up this motherfucker's ass, okay, all the time. What did this guy say? Oh, this guy's selfish. Oh, this guy's doing this. Fuck you. Let the fucking man breathe, for fuck's sakes. Okay? Get off the dude's back, man. This whole propaganda of vilifying Aaron Rodgers just because they don't like the way he acts, I guess. I guess that's what it is. Get a fucking clue, guys, if you're fucking doing that shit. But if this is it, what a ride, guys. What a ride for Aaron Rodgers. He won us a Super Bowl. We should have won more, but we had incompetent GMs that didn't want to freaking get guys that we needed for Aaron to succeed even better. So that's why it didn't happen. But we can't complain that much. We had a good run. But I really hope this isn't the last run. I believe that we should keep Aaron over Jordan. I personally, and I said this last year, I think we should have traded Jordan Love last offseason. Try and get compensation for whatever we can get for him for draft picks. And then draft another quarterback this year to be his Aaron successor. But this is what it is, guys. This is what it is. Discount double check might not be around, but we'll be here tomorrow. The sun will come up, and we'll see what happens, guys. Go Pack, go. Got the cheese. Always be Packer. And if this is it for Aaron Rodgers, thank you so much for what you've done for us. Bittersweet on a lot of emotional losses, but we always had consistency, and that's the one thing that a lot of teams cannot say they had. Since 1992, we have had consistency. I was born in 91. Take that into context, ladies and gentlemen. We have had consistency since 92. I was 1 year old in 92, okay? And we've had durability at the quarterback position from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. There were a couple backup quarterbacks in there with Aaron, Matt Flynn most notably, but it's been mostly just Brett and Aaron for 30 years, 30 plus years, guys. So that's where it stands, guys. I'm out of here. Go Pack, go. Aaron Rodgers, I hope you are coming back to the Green Bay Packers because I believe we need you. You are our leader. You are the guy. And I really hope he comes back. I have become a fan, into my adult life because, again, when he took over in 2008, I believe I was either a sophomore or a junior in high school. So you have lived through my entire adult life right now. Brett Favre lived through my entire childhood to my high school. So, what happens, guys. But I live no regrets. If it does happen, it's because we have an incompetent organization that wants to push him out. But again, it's up to Aaron Rodgers if he wants to leave or not, which I don't believe. I believe he doesn't want to. So, go Pack, go, guys. Discount double check, the belt. I'm BS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.